Now let's go to recommendations. This one appears when you have an active campaign. And Google will come with a lot of recommendations for you, and I can tell you that you should not listen to all of them. They put this recommendations score, which ideally should be above 80%, but there's actually a trick to increase it even without following all their recommendations, because their recommendations are automatically generated. It's the same ones they will show across many accounts, many different accounts, without taking into consideration what is actually your goal and what would work for your business specifically. The recommendations are mainly for Google to get more clicks, but that doesn't mean that you would get more conversions. But review this tab like weekly, for example, and see what's new. Maybe some of them will be relevant for you to apply, and then you can do that. It's still a good idea to check it, and otherwise you can just ignore. For example, if I go through them here, we have raise your budgets. It will say this so often. Of course, like it will say raise your budgets also if you have potential to get more clicks. Let's say you have a budget of 200 euros daily. It's spending that budget, but they know that there's potential. There is actually more searches happening. There's potential for your ad to get more impressions and more clicks. So it will say that, but it doesn't mean that you have to spend more. And also it doesn't mean that your performance would improve. And then they give you this 7.5% if you actually apply it. So you will increase your score. But increasing your score will not, this is not what will enhance campaign performance. No, it's really about your setup and the settings. This is just an extra thing that is good to kind of keep an eye on. So what I can do here, if I could say apply all, and it will apply like all, like raise the budgets automatically. So also be careful with that. If you say apply, you really need to look at what it's going to apply for you. But you can also click on the three dots, and then you will say dismiss all, and you will see what happens. And I will answer, for example, I don't think it will improve my performance, and I will say dismiss all, and we raised it. So you don't need to do this just to raise the score, but it's more like, to clean up, so that you notice when it comes with other recommendations that are actually relevant. Okay, and then the other one here will say add broad match keywords, and it says you will get more conversions at a similar or better ROI by adding broad match versions of your existing keywords. That could be true, but you will only know by testing. You can see if you click here to recommendations, we can see exactly which keywords it is they want to change. So you can also get the insights before just saying apply all. I will definitely recommend you to do that. But yeah, broad match also means that your ads have the potential to disappear in even more searches, like in broader searches, basically. Okay, so this one, for example, refresh your customer match list. We do have a customer match list set up, and I think it's from last year. So I agree that it will be a good idea to set up a new one. then I will wait. I will just leave it. Here I cannot just say like apply. I will say view recommendation, and then I have to go in and like set up the customer match list myself. But this is one I would keep, so I'm just gonna leave it, and then I remember it. Another one here, move unused budgets. So this is a new type of recommendation. They also change this over time. Your ads stop running on your busiest days. Get more traffic by moving unused budget to get the ads that need it the most. Yeah, but that also is gonna make you just spend more quickly. So I want to have control of the budgets with the different campaigns. So I'm not gonna apply this one. I think I'm gonna remove it and say dismiss. And I can just select this one. Okay. This one, improve your responsive search ads. Get more clicks on your responsive search ads by improving your headlines and descriptions. And it's recommended because some of them have an ad strength below good. All right, so this one I also agree, because it's important to have a good ad strength. It should be at least good. I would say, I mean, it is best to have them on excellent. So if it's below good, maybe some of them are on average. And I can click here to see which recommendations do they have, because then they will have ideas of what I could add as headlines and descriptions. So read those first and see, do you think that matches what your business, offers and wants to highlight, and then you can apply it. So it's faster to apply it that way. But otherwise, yeah, and definitely read it before just clicking apply all, because they're not always good. So like normally I would go to my campaign, that specific ad group, the specific ads, and then change it myself manually. And then normally this one would disappear after that, depending on when it updates. But let's say you have a lot of ad groups in your account. This is helpful, that instead of you going like one by one to check the status, it already tells you which ones have a lower performance. Okay, we have other interesting ones here. Add lead form ads. This is campaigns to generate leads. We have search ads for this. And the performance with lead ads is, sometimes it works well for the business, sometimes not as much. You also have to test this and see how the performance is. But this could be relevant for this business. So I can check, where is it? I don't have it. I know I have it on some of the campaigns, and then add it. But if I have seen myself that the performance is not improved or is not as good, if I can see actually all the conversions we get don't come directly from the lead forms applied to the ads. Let's say that I can see actually the conversions come when people are on the site and then fill in the contact form. And I prefer them to click directly on the ads instead. Then I don't need to do this. Then we have enable automatically created assets. This one is rarely good, I would say, because here Google also comes with assets in terms of headlines, descriptions. It can be site link extensions. Like they take the copy you have from your website or on your ads already and then create something they think would work. And it's in my experience, it's very generic. It's not always relevant what they write. And suddenly you will just see you have like 5 new site link extensions or something, and you don't, they're not as good as the ones that you could write. So I would not turn this on, and then I will definitely check the recommendations first, just in case there's maybe an idea to something you didn't think of, like that you think could be good. Yeah, and here, see, but there are so many because I actually highlighted like all of the campaigns at once. You can also take a campaign one by one. There maybe won't be as many recommendations. Um, but it will also always like tell you about expanding your reach with search partners, with display expansion. And display expansion is the setting that we usually want to be off. So I'm gonna dismiss this one. It's not relevant. And the other one with search partners, I usually leave it on, but then with performance, when I have collected enough data, I also check from which network do I actually get the most performance. And this one, I opted out of the search partners because all of the conversions we got were not from the search partners. So we're not spending our budget optimally by including this. So I want to dismiss this one. Right. As you can see, there is a lot of recommendations. In conclusion, I can tell you to go through them, look at them. Don't just apply them all at once. Look at what they say and either implement it if you see it's relevant, or you can go here and dismiss.